Okay, today we're eating, oh my goodness, orange marinade, honey, soy, barbecued. So, marinated this bad boy for about 4 hours. Ton of orange rind, ton of orange juice, obviously honey, obviously soy. There was some other stuff in there. There was some thyme, some oil probably, and for on the barbecue. Now this is good. This is good. So, it's the hint of orange with the barbecue just, in your face from the charcoals. This is great. This is great. Anyway, let's get into the workout. Okay, so this is going to be a chest day. And now here's the thing about this day, well, when I actually did this day. And when I'm saying did this day, I don't actually know when it was because this might have been April this year. It's currently September, basically, when I'm recording this, end of August. I don't know when I did this workout. Truly, I'm pretty sure it was before April because that's just telling me when the files themselves were edited. Needless to say, I've been somewhat slacking on the posting, on actually recording videos, and that's kind of evident from the fact that I haven't been uploading much. So we've got a little bit of a backlog with workouts that have been recorded, and I feel like, hey, I'm just going to show them, right? Because this is how strong I was, almost half a year ago. Got a lot stronger since then, but we're just going to go through. I'm going to talk about, the things I kind of spot, the things I see, how things go. And other than that, that's basically it. So just doing a little bit of a warm up there. We'll get into the action shortly. I don't actually run the split anymore. I think probably should mention that. I no longer do push-pull legs. Just stop doing it. So, I mean, there's not really much else to say. We'll get into the rest of the video. And, for some of it, I might not even speak. I might just let you watch. But I'm sure there's a lot I can give. Of course, we can speak a little bit about the warm-up and what I'm actually doing there. See, I still do the method of taking 50% of the weight, doing it for 3, taking 75% of the weight, doing it for 2. Back here, I also used to do a 90% of the weight for 1. I no longer do that. I just don't think it's necessary for a primer for me anymore. So I usually just skip that set unless I really feel like I'm not ready or I'm not properly warmed up enough, which is going to be quite rare. So for the most part, I'm just doing those 5 reps to warm up, maybe some arm circles, which we saw earlier. Okay, so this is going to be the actual set itself. Now, I love this exercise. It's something I don't think I've dropped ever since I started doing it. There's something about how it feels. As you can see, at the bottom, my arms aren't entirely perpendicular to the ground. Ideally, I'd want them to be, but they're not, which is fine. It feels good to me, and I might see if I'm still doing that and maybe make a tweak there. But so long as it feels good and I'm progressing, I'm pretty happy with it. A big rep there. Of course, going for another one. Just couldn't get it. Okay, so we've got a slight change of angle, of scenery, I guess. And for the second set. Now, I do believe I probably stripped the weight a little bit, or yeah, I probably would have. Usually what I like to do with sets, I like to do 1 heavy set and then 1 back off where I literally just strip off as little weight as possible to have the same sort of rep range, really. And this is an exercise where it's very satisfying to grind. See, if this was a row, it's not going to be the same. But there's something about having all of you supported, where because you're pushing up and you're going backwards into the seat, you can just really, really lock in. Hitting the seated chest press now, this is a machine which is actually being thrown out of the gym. I used to love this machine and I was considering adding it back in alongside the shoulder machine you can see on the left of it. They're both gone. They were replaced with some primal strength ones. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it does the job, I think. So we'll have to make do with what we have. And yeah, I mean, when I was running this exercise, I was just adding and adding and adding, like week by week by week. I was getting absurdly strong very, very easily on it. I don't know what was going on. It's a bit of a strange machine. I'm pretty sure it biases the triceps. So I did end up taking it out purely for that reason, because if I'm trying to train my chest, I don't really want the tricep to be the limiting factor of the exercise. But that being said, it still is a good movement. And although the machine wasn't set up ideally, maybe we could have changed the seat height or chosen a different grip, I still did like having it. This being like the third exercise, back then, I wasn't too mad about it being a bit more triceps anyway, because that, if anything, is going to even it out, as my chest would already be pretty fatigued by this point. Okay, next. So you can see I do a few exercises. I also incorrectly said the previous one was the third exercise. It was the second. But, oh boy, I actually might incorporate this one in again because I absolutely love this machine. It's kind of like a decline bias, and you can see that based on the sort of arm angle you see when I'm pressing. This was a lot of fun. It converges, it feels great, and you get to load so much weight on it where it just looks cool. But this is definitely a fan favorite. Although this could have been one of the last times I did it realistically. Although I do remember it getting to a bit heavier than that. Although I'd always load it quite weirdly. And yeah, I'm sure you can see the yoga pads on there, just to kind of let you know what that means. I might have it in the description if it's made in time. It probably isn't. So if you're not watching it on day one, it probably is there. If you are, it's not there. But I'm making a bit of a guide on how exactly you should be picking these chest presses, because we want to make sure it's in the active range. And I'm going to make a guide to basically figure out how to detect that, how to find the best seat height. And the yoga pads on this one is a way to modify it so that it's in the best range possible. And another exercise I haven't done in a while. Used to be a favorite, so it's pretty strange, but I have cut a lot out recently and been growing because of that. But man, this exercise really is another favorite. It just, sometimes you look at old exercises you've done and you think, man, I wanna do that again. Because like, it was so good.
That's the my job in this spread. I shouldn't see that. Never got it. Sorry, damn it. I couldn't be.
JM Press is another old favorite of mine, and I'm still doing this. I've actually progressed quite a lot from the looks of this old video, which I'm pretty happy about. And honestly, sometimes in shots, for whatever reasons, my arms look bigger than usual. I've always liked seeing shots like that, and this is definitely one of them. But no, the JM Press is incredible. If you get the opportunity to try this, or you're looking for a good, medial and lateral delt tricep builder, you've got to try this, man. It's just, it's absurdly good. It really is.
Let's go back. A street of what we to chat by the way. Should they not some game challenge and so to speak?
Bit of an awful angle, so I'm gonna talk about other stuff instead. Look, here's the thing I've noticed a lot about workouts recently.
Yeah.
I guess you can implement this. Who knows? I might even end up making a video about it. But it's something I've been playing with. And that is setting a goal reps. Because for whatever reason, even when I do training where I'm focusing on a specific proximity to failure, right? I might be intending to fail a set or be one rep out from failing. You actually limit yourself from doing that. If you set a rep goal in your head, you'll notice that you'll actually be able to, for whatever reason, even if it feels like it's the same proximity to failure, you'll be able to get more reps. And this pretty much is because when we're kind of focusing on that rep goal in our head, we end up, oh gosh, because it's a narration in a workout video, I haven't worded it properly, but we end up being able to recruit more of our muscle in order to do the movement. And that actually ends up making it easier for us to reach our goal. So that's something, fun to try when you next go into the gym. See how setting those goals and being a bit more mindful about what you're trying to get out of the set, other than the sensation of failure or a rep out from failure, being able to actually find out what that looks like. But yeah, lateral raises. I haven't actually done these since. I took the weight up to a decent level, and then I haven't touched it since. I prefer cables. The dumbbells is just, it feels a bit awkward. But happy with this workout, even though if it was a while ago. I'm pretty confident of how good it was. Not programming wise, but more so just me doing it.